This is Better Bones, Better Balance. And today we're focusing on balance. This is one of many of a series of videos that we've done about increasing our bone density and preventing ourselves from falling. I'm Jack Godfrey, and this is Southdale Wellness. We've been doing a series of videos on qigong, beginner qigong, as well as on beginner tai chi that show up on YouTube at least once a week. And we've been having a series of videos looking at better bones and better balance, preventing falls, preventing us breaking our bones. In the past, this has been one of the biggest reasons that people have been hospitalized, and they tend to stay in the hospital longer. So it's costing lots of money, both for our healthcare system and for ourselves. So if we can prevent our breaking bones when we fall, then there's two ways we can deal with that. One is create or make our bones like granite. And the other one is to improve our balance so we're less likely to fall down. So we had an earlier series of videos where we looked at various techniques to strengthen our bones. And now we're focusing on balance, preventing a fall to begin with. So if we have brittle bones, soft bones, we want to make sure that we stay upright. And so we've looked at a couple techniques here. We started with our feet, our foundation, making sure that we could be more aware of what's going on with our feet. And then we looked at our core, our quadriceps, our glutes, right? Yeah, no, this is our abdomen, our glutes and our abdomen. So strengthening these muscles. And we looked at various qigong movements that will help strengthen those. And then we also have been looking at the torso. And previous videos on the torso, we looked at the dragon back and the turtle back. So this sort of movement here that helped to strengthen our torso. And then we looked at some twisting movements as well. And now today we're going to look at some movements where we go from side to side. All of these things help. If our torso is more flexible, we're more likely to recover. When a foot slips out from under us, we'll know what's going on with our foot. Where's our weight? Toes, heels, inside or outside. We'll also have a little more flex in our torso. So, if you got a foot that slips, you can recover by moving the torso. If you have a stiff torso and it's like this, and it's made of glass and I should suddenly slip, I'm not going to be able to use my torso to recover from that fall or potential fall. And so that's why we want to have a more flexible, more mobile torso. Now, let's have a look at three actually, qigong movements that can help build up more flexibility in our torso. So there's three movements we're looking at today for increasing some side-to-side bending. So the first one is called double hands hold up the heavens. Now you may know it by other names, but when you see it, you're going to, hey, that's whatever. And these qigong movements are known by many different names. This is the one I learned it under. Double hands hold up the heavens. So you start with bringing the hands up overhead, and you interlace the fingers and you turn the palms away. So let's just look at that little bit to begin with. So the hands, you interlace the fingers and you push away. So what you're looking to do is get the wrist at a 90-degree angle. However, if this isn't working well for you, you can just point the fingers towards each other as well without interlacing them. So the other bit is we work on bringing them up overhead. And if your shoulders are going, you're getting here and it's like, yeah, this is fine. And then and now all of a sudden it's like, I hate you, go the shoulders. And you can't get any more, because eventually where we'd like to be is directly overhead. If that doesn't work for you, well, you, as always with all these qigong movements, you respect the limitation that your body has placed on your joints and your mobility, and you work within that. So you bring the arms up as high as you are comfortable. Rest them on top of the head with the elbows going out to the side. So it's inhale here, and then exhale. We push up and you lift the heels. You stretch the arms. Then inhale. Now exhale, you push the hands to the side. We come back to the center. Inhale here. Exhale, we push up. Inhale, we come down. And exhale, we push off to the other side. And so you're feeling a big stretch in the side of the body here. So it's inhale here. Exhale, we push straight up. Lift the heels, working on balance. Inhale here. Push off to the side, making the torso a little more flexible. Inhale and exhale. And then we go to the opposite side. All right, now we're just going to take a break here. A couple tips to look into here, a couple things to check out is when you're moving to the side. So we're here and we come down and we're going off to the side. What you want to avoid is this sort of movement where I'm actually twisting the spine and bending over. You want to imagine that your shoulder blades and your hips are touching a wall behind you. And you slide both shoulder blades down the wall. We're not turning this way. We're trying to keep, so from the side, we're doing this sort of movement here. So you push up, we come down, and then we go to the side like so. So this is the way we want it to happen. And what some people will end up doing is they want to bend as far as I am, and they actually do, like I just did, to turn to look at you, and they go over like this, and you can see this shoulder is further forward than this one. And that's not what we're after. We're after doing this and having both shoulders staying one above the other. So the more you can keep the shoulders one above the other, imagine your shoulder blades touching a wall behind you, and then you slide down the wall. And so you're stretching this side of the body. And with all these movements, we're working to make the torso more flexible, which will lead to better balance. So let's do it one more time, and then we'll move on to our next one. So inhale here. Exhale, we push up. We lift our heels, working on balance in our feet. We come back here. And then exhale, we push off to the side, keeping the shoulders one above the other. A common mistake, error that people do when they're first learning this. So we're here. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And exhale here. So last cycle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we're at the center. We push up overhead as best as we can. And then exhale. Off to the side, keeping the shoulders one above the other. So double hands hold up the heavens. The next one we're looking at is King removes his helmet. So for the previous one and this one, we had the feet in our narrow stance. If you recall, the heel just about touches the ball joint of the other foot. Lift the toes, lift the heel, pivot on the ball joint, put the foot down, and that's the space that we're looking for between our feet. So King removes helmet. You take this hand and you put it around on the back, just below the ribs, around about where the kidney is. So this is what we're looking for here. So this hand comes around and we come here. Now, if your arm gets stuck here or here, well, that's fine as well. Ultimately, we're going to be here. So as flexibility builds up in your shoulder and your arm, you'll find that you'll come all the way around, and then you can show off sometime and grab your arm behind your back. But we don't need to do that today. So King removes helmet. So you put the back of the hand, the knuckles, into the area where the kidney is, just below the ribs and just above the hips. The other hand you bring up behind the head and you reach towards the ear. Again, if the flexibility in the shoulder and the arms doesn't permit you to reach for the ear, grab a hold of the head. So here, we pull this upper arm back, you turn the head and you look towards the shoulder. Now inhale, here you look up, exhale, you look down. And then we come back to the center and we switch arms. Reach for the ear, pull the elbow back, turn the head. Inhale, we look down to the earth. Exhale, we look up to the heavens. Big circle with the arms. Hand to the kidney, hand to the back of the head, reaching for the ear. Pull the elbow back, turn the head, look to the shoulder. Inhale, we look down to the earth. Exhale, we look up to the heavens. Then we come to neutral, we rotate. We're here, we turn, pull the elbow back, pull the head back, look at the shoulder. Inhale, we look down. Exhale, we look up. And the usual caution here as well about keeping both shoulder blades touching the wall behind you. Just if you're not near a wall, that's my case, all I've got around me are curtains, I don't have any walls. Well, then you just imagine your elbows, your shoulders, your shoulder blades touching the wall. And then you come down like so, and we look towards the earth, and we look up to the heavens. So looking at it from the side. So we're here, pull the elbow back, lift the chin, turn the head, look to the shoulder. Inhale, slide the shoulders along the wall as we look down. And then we look up. What we're avoiding is this sort of movement. And we want to keep the shoulder blades touching the wall as we look down to the earth. And we come back up. King removes helmet. Knuckles to the kidney, just below the ribs, just above the hips. Reach around the back towards the ear. Pull the elbow back. Turn the chin to the side. And then inhale. We look down to the earth. Exhale. We look up to the heavens. King removes helmet. It's also known as king draws sword. There you go. All these movements have many different names. Now, the last one we're going to look at is crescent moon. And for this guy, we're going to be in a slightly different stance here. So we're going to put all the weight on this leg. We're going to take this guy and just put the toes on the floor. So this is providing a little bit of balance. All the weight is on this leg. Now, the hands. So you bring the hands like this. You make a big circle. The top hand comes up high and down here. The bottom hand comes here as well. And we turn, you keep the hips facing front, but we turn the torso. And we're here like this. And we're looking between the hands. So this is the mouth of a dragon. The bottom hand pushes out a little bit, and the top hand is just up. I can barely see the fingers in the top of my vision. And we take the hips and we shift them to the side a little bit, and you push that top hand away. You're getting a big stretch in this side of the body. And we're looking here. And again, there's very little weight on these toes. And now we move to the opposite side. So you draw the foot in, get it parallel. We make a big circle here so the hands follow each other, and we come around like this. We shift the weight to this leg. Now we bring this hand up, and we put this toe facing that way. We open the mouth of the dragon. We push the bottom hand away. We lift the top hand up so I can just barely see the fingers. Once again, those shoulder blades, both of them touching the wall behind you. We look between the hands. So the head is turned, not the torso. And we're here like so. And you hold this for several breaths. And then we come up over the top, shift the weight to this leg now, and we make a big circle. We open the mouth of the dragon. We push the bottom jaw out. We lift the top one up just out of sight. Keep the shoulder blades touching the wall behind you. Shift the hips towards the tree. In this case, for me, if you have a tree in your house, well, you can shift your hips towards them as well. And we'll do it once more on the other side. So you come up, bring the foot in, shift the weight, make a big circle. You can stay tall, you can bend low, whatever seems to work well for you. Keep the hips facing front. This elbow points to the heavens. This hand is pushing out. And we're looking between the hands. Top hand just out of sight. Bottom hand about chin high. Shift the hips a little bit. So we're looking for a big stretch in the side of the body. And then we come back to the center and we go, yay, we're done with that one. So we looked at 3 movements to help build up flexibility as we move the torso from side to side like so. Also, we talked about avoiding this sort of movement because what we're looking to do is lengthen and strengthen the muscles on the side and in our back next to the spine. And this is what we're looking to do. So remember, coach wall and keep your shoulder blades one above the other. So imagine you're touching a wall as you move from side to side. So hold, double hands, hold up the heavens. King removes his helmet, and crescent moon. 3 qigong movements that you can use to help build up more flexibility in your torso. The more flexible your torso is, the more you're going to be able to keep your balance when you're moving about. Most falls happen on a nice, clear floor like this. Maybe there's something that you slip on, you're inattentive, you lose your balance, and you end up falling down. We're looking to make sure that if you should lose your balance, you're going to be able to recover from it quicker and safely and keep yourself from falling down. That's it for today. Glad you could drop in, and we'll see you next time.